Hey guys, welcome back to the Cigar Reviews. Today, we're looking at the Camacho Triple Maduro. Let's check it out. If you've never had a Camacho Triple Maduro, I think you're missing out. So, I have had, it's funny, I have to interrupt myself real quick. You see the size of this band? Some people give me crap for always pulling the bands off my cigars. Well, you know what? Cigars these days, how are you going to smoke this with the band on? It's half the size of my finger. I don't like to be judged by the cigar I'm smoking, okay? I am not here to impress a soul. Not a soul on this earth I care to impress. So, for me, no reason at all to leave that on. I don't know what the purpose is. If somebody knows, if there's an actual purpose to leaving the band on your cigar when you smoke it, I don't know. I hope everybody thinks I only smoke 50-cent cigars. That would be great. I would love that. So no pretentiousness is the best pretentiousness, in my opinion. I think it'll draw nicely. Anyway, as I was saying, the Triple Maduro by Camacho. If you've never had this, I don't know. Are you a real cigar smoker? Because this is mighty fine. Not to spoil the review or anything, but ooh. Now, okay, listen. I bought this at my local humidor, and I just had a feeling. I don't know if this will come through. But this looks like it's been in the humidor for several years. Okay? And it tastes a little bit like a burnt tire from the get-go. So, it is what it is. Let me see if I can move past this. It's definitely not what it typically is. And that's a shame. It's mellowing out a little bit. Well, let's take a look at this thing. See if it comes into its own. If you want big, bold flavors, then you've come to the right place. Camacho often goes head-to-head with some of the most storied Cuban brands and comes out on top time after time. These highly complex, intensely flavorful rock star blends come from the fertile soils of Honduras in a climate that rivals the lush Voluta Habano region of Cuba. Superior, expertly cultivated tobacco leaves are grown at Ranchos Jamastran under the watchful gaze of the Iroa family. The Camacho Triple Maduro is the world's first all Maduro cigar. It's very interesting. Prepare thyself for an explosion of dark, complex flavors. Triple Maduro was created for fans of a full-bodied blend And this one is packing heat. You can anticipate the rich and hearty undertones of spice and earth that are strong and bold, without complexity decimating the palate. Evenly constructed and especially dark and inviting, this is one Maduro you won't want to miss. Rumor has it that the Aroas had to attempt the perfect blend 84 times before they got it right. But by George, did they. Box of 20, $208. It's much better now, by the way. Thank you. Thanks for asking. So, all that being said, have they really given us any descriptors on that? No. Do they want to elaborate any? No. Absolutely no tasting descriptors or details. And, you know, I guess if you know a Maduro, you know what this is going to taste like. So, for me, I want a proper Maduro to be bold, powerful, punchy, but rich, smooth, dark. And I think this checks every box on that list. So very, very high in the espresso flavors, as far as the coffee side, but also the acidity that follows a shot of pure espresso. The smoke is pleasant to the nose. And honestly, it's a pretty smooth cigar for being 100% Maduro. That's crazy. They're the only ones, the first people that ever did this. That's pretty wild. Camacho is a great brand. I like a lot of their cigars, and typically I feel like in a good price range, really, for what they are. Always excellent construction. Draws great. Everything's great about, how you know you have a great cigar is you don't think about it at all. You don't have to even realize what the vessel is for the flavors. So if I have to fix a cap, if I have to, if there's a hole in here that's pulling air through, if it's not drawing properly, if I have to constantly touch it up, it's taking away from the cigar. A perfect cigar just lets you experience the cigar. And that's what this does. I mean, it's unbelievably smooth for what it is. And that's saying something. Also, it's not unintentional that I purchased this size. These are not for the faint of heart. This cigar will in every sense of the word, beat out the power of, a 6x66 Connecticut, because though that might be 4 times the amount of tobacco as this is certainly more powerful. So I went with a size that I'm not going to be totally fatigued, that I'm not going to need to, at least put something in my stomach at some point. It's a good size. So, 50 by 52, something like that, with these Triple Maduros, I think is the sweet spot. You can be the judge of that. I've bought boxes, of pretty large formats of these. And it's just, honestly, it's just a little too much, at least in my opinion. If you're in a hurry, they can smoke fast. If you're not in a hurry, they'll last a long time. It's not a hollow constructed cigar, obviously hand rolled. Not a box press. So it's single V cut. It's probably the perfect amount of air control for these, for it to last and for it not to overheat. But it's a great drawn cigar. Infamous since 1962. I'm trying to see what else is going to come out with this in the heat, as the oils begin to aromatize. Yeah, aromatize. Honestly, it's just smooth. It's just dark, smooth, decadent, rich, a little chocolatey, silky, almost a little Bavarian cream, if you would. Not at all upfront, but overall, in the nuances of it, it's just a very smooth cigar. Something you're not going to really perhaps think about as you're smoking it. It's just something that goes great with good conversation, great with maybe a digestif. No spice to it, which is nice. I get a little tired of the nutmeg and the allspice and all those flavor profiles. The cedar, this doesn't have any of that. The leather, none. And I appreciate that sometimes. It's no meat and potatoes, it's all dessert. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up in a nutshell. It's all dessert, and I'm here for it. I love a good Maduro, and this is a good Maduro. If you haven't had these, maybe you should try one. It's an absolute delight. I don't know where you'll get this level of craftsmanship for, the price. I know it said $20 per stick. I don't know if that's possible. I don't really know. The boxes are fantastic. I don't know if you've ever bought a box of Camachos, but my gosh, man, the freaking box is like a work of art. It's like high gloss, beautiful paint. They do a great job. Now this is like 4.5 stars out of 187 ratings here on Cigar International. Yeah, box of 2208. Really, $10. You're working, working all week. Friday night rolls around. You have a great steak. Maybe your wife makes you a chocolate cake. Maybe you're that lucky. Maybe you're that guy. And you just sit out back on the porch and you light this thing up, maybe with a little cognac, even some port or sherry, and this thing will just cap that night off perfectly. $10, my gosh, hell of a deal. I think I've said all I need to say about this. Always been a favorite of mine. I saw one today just hanging out in that humidor by itself. Looked like it had been there, discarded for years, and I had to save it and give it a new home. It's a great cigar. That's it from this time here at the Cigar Reviews. Hope you have a great day, great night, great life. Take care, like and subscribe. Bye-bye.